Hello everyone, I am Roman Kornev and my weekly column on scalping intraday trading strategy. Right now, let's discuss the trades that I am making money on this week and that you can make money on this week. Let's talk about which currency pair is best to run my trading robot on. As well as discuss the news this week that will be and that you can especially capitalize on. I really like to make money on economic news. So let's take a look at the economic calendar. Let's start there. Let's go. So I opened the economic calendar, and what surprised me very much is that there is very little forecast data. Look, the forecast column, and you can see that there is a lot of news for the week, but there are almost no values in the forecast column. I've refreshed and I've switched browsers, but for some reason, there are very few forecasts so far. That's not a big deal. The most important thing that I noticed is that on Tuesday, there will be this interest rate. Look, on December 10th, Tuesday at 6:30 Moscow time, there will be news on Australia. Interest rate decision. That is, the Australian Central Bank will most likely reduce the interest rate. Why lower? Well, because now there is a process of reduction all over the world. That is, the cycle of interest rates reduction by central banks. And last time, the Australian dollar also had an interest rate cut. The Australian Central Bank cut the interest rate. The Australian dollar fell, and we made money on it. By the way, in order not to miss such important news, be sure to subscribe to my Telegram channel. And 30 minutes before the news release, I warn everyone, and we earn together. So subscribe. And right now the interest rate is 4.35%. And the forecast or the next rate will probably be 4.15 or 4%. And if that's what the data turns out to be, if the rate goes down, the Australian dollar could fall hard when the news comes out. But something could prevent it from doing so. And to understand exactly what could prevent it, let's take a look at the chart of the Australian dollar. So, I've opened the chart of the Australian dollar against the dollar. And if you want to learn how to trade using the scalping trading strategy, you should always take into account global things that can affect the price. Because even if you are trading short-term, global things can affect and take down all your orders. So let's see first what we see on the D1 time frame. We see that there is such a downtrend on the Australian dollar, and at the same time, there is a resistance line waiting for it at the bottom. The resistance line is just what can prevent the decline of the Australian dollar at the time of the news release. Let's take a look at the chart, H4 or even H1. Look at this impulsive price moves to the support line, and there is a strong support line at the quote 0.63486. And if at the moment when the price will be near this support line, the news about the interest rate cut by the Central Bank of Australia will be released, then most likely two opposing forces will prevent any strong movement. That is, the fundamental data news will say that the Australian dollar will decline, and technical data will say that the price will rise, because from the support line the price usually goes up. So, if at this moment the price will be near the support line, it is better not to trade, abstain. Wait for the news to pass, and after the news, after a strong movement, you can trade on corrections, on pullbacks. If the Australian dollar reaches the support line when there is no news about the interest rate, Monday, Tuesday night, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it can be a good point to buy. That is, from this level, we can buy and capitalize on the upside. Also, if we look closely, we can find a resistance line here. We can see that the price is moving in such a corridor. This corridor is quite a long time ago. Here we see the resistance line. And as soon as the price comes to the resistance line, we can sell from it to capitalize on the decline. And note that if at the moment when the price approaches the resistance line, it will be Tuesday morning, and the news about the interest rate decision will be released, it is exactly the most favorable moment to sell from the resistance line, because both fundamental data will say that the price will go down, and technical data will say that the price will bounce back down from the resistance line. This reinforces the signal and strengthens the potential move down. It will be possible to make money from here. If there are terms like support line, resistance line, fundamental data, technical analysis, reversal point, then be sure to come to my course, Basic Trading Course, which you can get absolutely free and lay a good foundation in your trading, and start earning faster instead of losing money. To do this, follow the link in the description to my website. There you can see the program of the course. And also, when you open a brokerage account and deposit any amount from $300, you can get the course for free. So welcome to the course. And now pay attention to such currency pair as euro-franc. I have already written in my channel that it was in a sideways trend. And in principle, it is still in a sideways trend, and suggested to run a trading robot on it. Look, this is how I labeled the sideways trend, and those who launched it a long time ago have made a lot of money on it. But nothing prevents you from launching the robot even now, because it has not really come out of this sideways trend. And if we calculate the range, let's calculate an approximate range, which is happening now. We have 705 points. That is, if you put the range of 700 points into the logic of the robot, it can withstand this drawdown and earn a good profit. Therefore, I even still recommend to consider launching a trading robot in this sideways trend on the euro-franc pair. Well, if you don't want to figure it out yourself, I have an assistant, a technical specialist, who will customize your robot, will help you. Write to me in Telegram at the link in the description. I will tell you how to do it. Well, if you are trading manually, then look, now is the perfect moment when the price came out of a sideways trend, broke down the support line, and is now coming back up. Look, let's take a closer look at the M30 timeframe classic story. Once the price approaches the resistance line, it will be a mirror resistance line. From it, it will be possible to sell and capitalize on the decline. By the way, these are the signals I give in my VIP channel, closed channel, where I give selected trades. I will give this signal on Monday too, if it is still relevant. But it's Sunday, I won't bother anyone now. If there will be no strong gap and the price will open calmly, I will definitely give this signal. But if you want more such signals, come to my VIP channel. And finally, let's take a look at the euro-dollar pair. Here on the non-farm was a strong impulse up, and then the price went down. The euro-dollar went down because there was good news on the dollar. In the end, the dollar did take a hit. Even though the first impulse was up, the dollar went up and the euro-dollar went down. And here, we can observe such an interesting figure, which is similar to the figure of head and shoulders. There is such a figure in technical analysis. However, it is not very full-fledged yet. But nevertheless, there was a strong upward impulse. Then the price broke through the support line, returned to it and tested it and went down. But it did not go down yet, but decided to go back to the resistance line, the mirror resistance line. And maybe after it tests it, it will probably go further down again. So, it looks a little bit like a reversal pattern. We'll see if it is or not. But in any case, I do not recommend you to buy for now. I remind you that you can find such reversal points, basic reversal points anyway, by taking my free trading course. Well, if you want to get my trading robot, you can get it for free, test it, see if it suits you, if you like working with the trading robot, and then buy a more functional version, or use a free robot when depositing your account. I wish you all a successful trading week. Trade with pleasure. Bye-bye.